I want to show you a video from a woman that you might think on paper has a lot in common with me. And then I want to talk about it a little bit. Now, let's be aware that this is purely educational. This is from a much smaller creator than me, so please do not, for any reason, go over and give her account hate. But her video came up on my FYP, and I know lots of folks like this. I have been friends over the years with women exactly like this. As the homeschooling parent, unschooling parent of 4 children, I've been a homemaker for almost 23 years. No, that's not right. It's almost 24 years. Time is not real right now, y'all. Almost 24 years. As someone who has a large permaculture garden, who likes to make a lot of my own clothes, who is really into being frugal and making my own yogurt and my own bread and, preserving a lot of food, cooking for my family, nourishing seasonal local meals, you're going to think that I have a lot in common with this woman. And I think it's important to watch her video and talk about the ways that we diverge and what that means for us as women in America today.
I just got a grocery order. You want to see what $300 buys you nowadays? Not much. Hold on. I just dislike buying groceries so much anymore. It's just so ridiculously expensive. It doesn't buy you anything. And when you do buy the produce, it never lasts anymore. It's sad.
Right, and initially my heart really went out to her. We have a large family. We have 6 adult-sized people in this household. My kids are 22, 20, 16, and growing like a weed, and 13, growing like a weed, and my husband and myself. And our grocery bill right now is just out of this world. And so I understand the frustration, especially because we are living in a situation where we're seeing prices continue to skyrocket thanks to the policies of this regime. We're seeing not only that, but we're seeing the quality of our food decrease, and protections that were in place for consumers as well as agricultural workers being rescinded by this regime that is very much in favor of big ag and big corporations. So we're seeing consumer protections that keep our food safe to eat, make sure that inspections are done so that our food is not contaminated, also ensure the quality of our food, the freshness of our food. This is all being removed, right? She said in her video that she was frustrated that food that she buys doesn't stay fresh very long anymore. And it's also much more expensive, lower quality, more expensive. And it's just depressing for her to go grocery shopping. And I was like, I feel you, sister. I feel you. But, when she panned across all those groceries, I heard the music that was in the background. And I thought, let me just go look at her account. And I want to show it to you. And again, she has a much smaller account than me. Do not go give her hate. Don't do it. Don't be that person. So I saw her account. Oh, stay-at-home mom of 9. Okay, well, I am a homemaker with 4 children. So you have a lot more kids than me. So the pressure on your grocery budget and your frustration over our food system right now must be compounded. You have more than twice as many kids as I do. Oh, you're a blue-collar farm wife and you talk about mom life. That's awesome. I am a teacher's wife. And I also talk about a lot of things about raising children, mom life. I have my permaculture garden and I keep bees and ducks and chickens and I've raised turkeys. I have a big garden. Oh, but you've got a lot of crosses in your bio. That's an awful lot. That's a lot. So I'm looking at her videos and a lot of them are about trying to feed her family frugal, nourishing, delicious, home-cooked meals. And I totally relate to that. A lot of my content is very much the same. That is such an important focus for me, wanting to nourish my children and wanting them to experience pleasure and enjoyment of their food while also trying to feed them sustainably, locally, seasonally. But then I went to her reshares. Oh, you're a raw milk mom. Okay, well, you would do well to go to my backup channel or to my YouTube and look for my video on the raw milk to alt-right pipeline and also my video on the crunchy mom to alt-right pipeline. So this is a red flag. Oh, okay, you also are sharing RFK videos appear to be a MAHA person. Maybe you don't understand that it's not Make America Healthy Again, it's eugenics. Or maybe you do understand that. Maybe that's why you support this. Oh, and here we go. Okay. This explains it. You are a Trumper. You voted for Trump and you're excited that he's back in the White House. That's brave of you to make a whole video lamenting grocery prices then. And I don't want to say fuck around and find out. I am not gleeful. I'm not delighting in the fact that your budget is really being pinched, that you are feeling the hurt from skyrocketing grocery prices. I know that you believed, I'm sure you believed that Donald Trump told you he was going to lower grocery prices on day one. He said on day one, he was going to lower grocery prices and make your life easier. And you believed that. You believed that despite the fact that he has been caught in lies countless times over the last 8, 9, 10 years. That he is a prodigious and profuse liar. Or maybe you thought that grocery prices weren't going to get lowered, but it wouldn't bother you that much to experience the pinch in your pocketbook and the lower quality of food in the stores, as long as all of his other policies got enacted. But now it seems like you have some remorse, some regret. And I don't wish fuck around and find out for you and your family, because ultimately that hurts your kids more than anybody. I am not blaming folks who are making FAFO content right now and, experiencing that kind of schadenfreude of like wanting to delight in other people suffering as a result of voting for suffering and oppression for others. They are finding out that the leopards eating faces party is going to eat their faces too, right? But I've said this a number of times in my comments over the past few days. There's a difference between enjoying fuck around and find out and saying, I don't really want pain and suffering for you, but I understand that the only way you're going to learn is through natural consequences. I know this is a message I keep repeating, but we cannot play savior to MAGA folks. We cannot try to rescue them from the consequences of their own actions, or they will not learn. I'm a non-authoritarian parent, so I don't believe in punishment, but I do believe in natural consequences. If we're going to leave the house and it's cold and rainy and I say, hey, don't forget your coat, and my kid says, I don't need it, and then we're out and about and they get cold and wet in the rain, that's a natural consequence. I gave them the freedom to make that decision not to bring their coat, and then they experienced the discomfort of making that choice, and maybe they will choose better next time. My kids don't have bedtimes. They never have. So I talk to them about like, hey, let's remember what you have going on tomorrow morning. Do you want to make sure you go to bed soon so you get enough sleep? And they say, no, I'm going to stay up really late chatting with my friends or gaming online. Okay, but we still have to get up tomorrow morning to make the following appointments. So the natural consequence of my child making the choice to stay up late is that the next day they're going to be really tired and they're going to have to experience fatigue during the day. They're going to have to experience being grumpy and sleep deprived. I don't enjoy my children experiencing discomfort. I don't wish that on them. I don't delight in that. But I understand that that is a natural part of the learning process for all of us as humans. And so I know that stepping in to rescue my children from the consequences of their actions is not helping them learn. It's not helping them build skills and grow as people. And I think that that applies to the Trumpers that we're seeing making regret videos like this. She didn't come out and say, I regret voting for Trump. She doesn't even appear to understand the way that she is struggling right now, and seeing her pennies not go as far in the grocery store and the quality of her food reduced. She's not really linking that to what she voted for, that she actively chose this. But she will have to experience the consequences of her actions. I don't love that for her. I don't love that for her kids. I'm not thrilled about that. That doesn't make me happy. But neither am I going to want to rescue her or any other maggot from facing the consequences of their actions. Unfortunately, I think for a lot of these folks, especially evangelicals, they have to experience pain and discomfort before they can learn a lesson. And it is terrible that that pain is self-inflicted, and it is terrible that that pain that they have chosen for other people is coming back on them as well. It's terrible that they are the kind of people who wanted pain and suffering for others as long as it didn't reach them, and they will not learn to do differently until they experience that pain themselves. That is desperately sad that millions of people in our society, that's how they think, how they learn, how they see the world, how they view other people. So I don't know, when I saw that woman's content, my heart does go out to her. Everybody has a right to be angry at her for helping put America in this position. But that doesn't mean that we delight in what she's going through. If you do, I'm withholding judgment from you. That's your choice to feel those feelings. I'm not judging you if you are excited when people experience FAFO. But I personally do not enjoy it. But I do think it's a good thing that more and more folks are starting to feel it, because I think it is the only way that they begin to realize what they have done and they begin to experience the consequences of their actions. I think it is requisite for them to go through that. in order to get to a place where they repent and attempt to make amends and fix the situation that they have put all of us in. So I hope this mom of 9 learns her lesson. I hope it prompts her to question what she's voted for and what she's done and begin that process of deconstruction.